welcome back to another episode of the Bench Racing Podcast. Huge thank you to Didi Ugumi for sending us that song, our new intro song. It slaps hard. Very hard. So thank you, Dylan Umness, for making that. And he's got a few other songs that he's been making for racers and stuff like that. So I think he has a page or a link, which should be coming out shortly. So that song will be on there. Be another bunch of other songs. But tonight, our guest is Jake Zellmer. Thank you, Jake, for coming out. You race late models?
Used to. Ran limiteds for a while, and then made the jump to super lates for about 3 or 4 years, and then closed up shop recently. But
Yeah. So we'll discuss more about late models here on topic 2, but we do have a bunch of good stuff planned for you. I should have wrote who this episode was presented by. Pullman Auto. There we go. Pullman Auto. If you need a new car or new to you car, check out Pullman Auto. They got multiple locations in Kenosha and one in Racine. Tell them that Crane Racing sent. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, so priority info before I forget, August 5th is our live audience show at our sponsors, Hold My Beer Kenosha, downtown Kenosha. We are very excited for that. I've been starting to pencil in the guests for that 2-hour show, which will be amazing. So announcement with that will be coming up shortly. We're going to be talking racing. We'll have race cars out there. Axe throwing, over 40 beers on tap. Come thirsty. It's going to be a great time. I did get a request submission kind of thing that would be, they said that would be kind of a fun segment to do, so I'm going to trial it. The segment is called I'm Not Saying, I'm Just Saying. So the way this works is just email me at craneracing@yahoo.com, and in the subject put segment or just saying, anything you want, and I will open it and read it live on air without any looking at it.
Oh boy.
And it's anonymous. So we're going to try that because someone came up at the track and was like, hey, I think that would be kind of cool. And then I'm like, that might be kind of cool. And then I workshopped it with a few other people, and they're like, that would actually be kind of cool to see. So, we'll bring that to our show, our next show, which is going to be July 8th. So you got 2 weeks to send me your email with anything you want to talk about or a question at craneracing@yahoo.com. So that'll be fun. All right.
I'm definitely going to send you some emails.
You send me some emails, dude. And remember, just put in their segment or just saying so I don't accidentally open it. I'll just move it to a file so that on show night I can open it. Right. All right. So we're going to get into our show here with Jake and just some questions about him. And this segment's presented by Next Gen Pumps, veteran-owned, American-made, warranty like no other. So if you need some pumps or Hoosier tires, check out Tom Brown. So, Jake, why did you pick number 99?
Oh, Lord. I haven't been asked this question in a long time.
I still have your hoodie.
Really?
Yeah, that you signed.
From the Racing Roundup?
From the Racing Roundup.
Oh, my gosh.
It's in there. It's hanging. If it was warm, if it was cooler, I would have been wearing it. But it's not too hot.
All right. Funny thing is like, whenever I tell my dad, like, about you guys, I'm always, it's the guys that I was on the Racing Roundup show my first time with, like the sprint car guys. He goes, oh, okay. But, so, 99, let's see here. I grew up a big Matt Kenseth fan, so I started out as 17.
Okay.
And then it was time for something different. And I started watching Carl Edwards a lot, and he was really unique in doing the backflip, and I'm like, I'll do that. But I'm not doing the backflip.
No.
I am not coordinated enough to do that at all.
Maybe the first half, not the...
Well, yeah, I'll just backflop onto the asphalt. That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that.
At least you have your helmet on.
Right.
Safety first.
Well, yeah, right.
So Carl Edwards is kind of why you picked 99.
Right.
Awesome. And then so you're 17. Any other numbers?
Well, I went and raced at Dousman. I don't know what it's called now.
Yeah, I just call it Badger Car Club.
Yeah, Badger Car Club. I started out as number 4. I think I had the 4 for maybe a year and a half. And then I changed to 17, and then we went and ran some Champ Car races down in Florida.
Okay.
And there were already way too many 17s, so I just went back to the 4
Okay.
for, I don't know, maybe a month, because I just decided to keep it when I got home. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was 17 for, pretty much all the way up until the big car. And then I probably ran the 99. I ran a mini cup for 2 seasons, and that was the 99. And then I've just been 99 ever since in the big car.
Okay.
Funny enough, I never put 2 and 2 together. This might hurt some people's feelings.
Okay.
I never put 2 and 2 together that it was Dick Trickle's number either. Never.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's his number.
Right.
But at the same time, like 99, Carl Edwards
Mm-hmm.
first. Or, what was the was it X-Tide? X-Ride?
The X-Side car?
X-Side car?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, those are the first 2 things I picture with 99.
Right.
But yeah, that's for sure a Dick Trickle number.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any numbers that you cannot stand, whether that's just the way it looks, sounds, or because as a driver?
I'm sorry, Tristan Swanson, but 3-digit numbers are a no-no. I cannot do 3-digit numbers. I can't. I mean, I love Tristan to death. Don't get me wrong. But 100, I mean, just get rid of the 0. Or just get rid of the 1 and be the 00, or be the 10. Like, I can't do triple-digit numbers. I can't. And then...
Or be 10-0.
Right. Right. I mean, when guys have radio stations that sponsor them, like the 94.5, or that's fine.
Yeah.
But
there's financial reasoning behind that.
Exactly. I mean, what made you go, ooh, I'm gonna be 100?
Yeah.
You have a whole plethora of other numbers to pick from.
Yep. At Wilmot, there's a bunch of bandits that have 3-digit numbers, and scoring always picks up the first 2 of the 3.
Exactly.
So then I'm like looking around the track, especially with the bandits, because if you get past their speed or lack of speed, like they put on one of the best shows, door banging shows. But like for the longest time, Brad Becker, like I'm like, where's the 42 car? Where's the 42? And then it's like, oh, it's 427, and I'm like, I've been looking at him the whole time, but I'm like, where's the 42 car? Where's the 42?
I raced with him in go-karts growing up.
Where?
Oh gosh. I know him as Taz.
Taz?
Tasmanian Devil.
That actually sounds very familiar, because I think I met him running like at the K1 stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
right.
At Buffalo Grove. And I think his was like Taz or something like Taz Motorsports.
Yes.
Yes. There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
I ran like the cage carts with when we did the Burr Circle Tour. We went to the mile together. The mile was an insane time. There was probably 40 carts, and we were probably 13, 14 wide down the front stretch.
My parents never let me run there.
It's probably a good thing.
It's looking back at hindsight, yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I want to run the mile. I want to run Rock Island.
Yep.
Nope. I can't do it. Too dangerous.
Right.
Now I'm over 18, and then I might.
Right.
What's up, Joe? How you doing? Are you bummed that USAC was rained out? I mean, I get it, but that's kind of sad that it was rained out the whole weekend.
Where were they at?
They were supposed to be Wilmot Saturday night, and then Angel Park Sunday, but there's pictures that surfaced, and Angel Park was kind of like underwater.
Just like Skagit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, so it was underwater, so then I'm pretty sure what happened was USAC made the call because there was rain potentially really going to hit Wilmot Saturday, so they called it super early, which was great because I enjoyed the car show. Loved going out to Johnny's Poorhouse afterward where the champions go drink.
Nice.
That's not their tagline. I'm just trying to work that tagline in for them. You know, that's where they sponsor Clayton Rossman and Matt Vanderveer, so they're champions, and that's where they go to drink. There's multiple other Jimmy Sivias. The Sivias go there, so yeah, it's a great bar. But yeah, I got to drink and stuff, but I was just bummed. Coming home, it was raining sideways, and I'm like, it's 4 or 5. And I'm like, okay, it's good. And then we unloaded the car. And then from, I don't know, maybe 7:30 to like 10, the tornado sirens are going off nonstop around here.
Yeah, that's right.
So good call on you, Zach, for calling it. Wilmot calling it. All right. You brought up that you ran at Badger. What years and how long?
Oh boy. So I started racing when I was 5, so that puts me at 2000, and then 3 years, 2 years.
So 2000 to 2002, 2003.
Yeah, something
what
like
classes?
that. Just the kid carts.
Just the kid carts.
Yep.
Dang, I'm that much older than you.
No, you're not. Are you really?
I was running gold plate in 2001.
Yep. You're quite a bit older.
Yeah. Like it's only, 5 years? But at the same time, there's like 3 classes in between.
Right.
Oh, man. So you ran 2000 to 02, 03.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in passing then,
Yeah.
too. Man.
Because I'm from kid carts. I went to... I don't know if you remember like the Junior Sportsman Series,
the
like
purple plate.
the cage kart stuff.
Yeah,
I did that, and then I traveled with the Burr Circle Tour, and we ran Lake Geneva.
Mm-hmm.
We ran Rockford. We ran Grundy.
So no wonder why the mile is just the mile to you. It's like, yeah, it's just another day.
Right. I mean, there was one time that there was probably 2 or 3 years that we went to. They called it the Durand Bulldog Sprints. And they shut down the square in Durand, Illinois, and we raced on the street in downtown.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Oh, it was. And it was during fair time, too, so everybody was there. And, I remember going into one and just, looking at the Ferris wheel, thinking, I shouldn't be looking at that. I should probably think about where I'm going.
Yeah.
But it was a blast.
But you made you turn and everything was fine.
Right.
Yeah. Nicknames. Do you have one? I noticed that on your Facebook URL was Rowdy Burns.
Yep. I don't know why it was Rowdy Burns. That was a college thing, but
it's not even anything to do anything with racing.
No, absolutely nothing.
Oh
nothing.
Man, that definitely sounds like we need to hear that story. If you remember.
Well, so it started out as I went to UNOH, and that's the school where you can work on the dirt cars that the school provides, yada. And so I would I would just be in the shop all the time, and so they started nicknaming me Wild Man for some odd reason, and then that's actually what my Snapchat is. It's wildman_99.
Okay.
But then Rowdy came from, we won a heat race. And
You lost it.
Oh, I completely lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, we took some work. I was the crew chief for the car, and we had been struggling, and we finally clicked one off, and I went wild. Pour your heart into something. And
yeah. All that hard work.
Yeah, and when it works out, and ever since then, it's just been Rowdy. But that died off when I left college, and then now there's a plethora of nicknames for me. I've got Zelly, which is just short for Zellmer.
Yeah.
I started a race car body hanging company, and it's BBZ, Bodies by Zellmer.
Okay.
So it's either BBZ or it's just
How's that going for you?
It's going pretty good. I've hung 3 this year so far. This is kind of like my first year doing it. Hung Matt Urban's, hung Tyler Hermodko's. I'm very happy with the way Tyler's turned out. Tyler's been a big advocate for me in getting this thing rolling. And then I did one for Johnny Robinson, who's out of Illinois. I'm not sure where, but that one turned out pretty good. And then I'm kind of on hold right now because, as you know, it's race season.
Yeah, gotta wait for them to wad them up.
Yeah, right.
And then they need it tomorrow.
Yeah. I told my dad, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this during the race season because one, I am busy spotting. My first off weekend is the weekend of the 4th.
Okay,
and I still think I'm going to Slinger on Sunday. So it's not technically an off weekend.
Yeah, because Sunday's the 6th, right?
Yeah. But I'll take it as an off weekend.
Yeah.
But No, I think I've got a few lined up for this off season, for sure, and then just waiting on more. I love doing it. I don't know, something about hanging a super late body or just a late model body just gets me going. They look so good.
I mean, we were talking about it a little bit before in the garage, and I'm like, that is so sexy. And just how the late models are just asphalt late models, how they're just so low to the ground and just so wide.
Right.
But yeah, who do you spot for?
Oh boy.
Just as you take a sip.
No, you're good. So, do you care if it's a long story?
We have
All right.
We still have 46 minutes.
All right, perfect. So, the year that I stopped racing, so we had quote unquote closed the doors of the shop, and I went to the icebreaker at the Dells, and I was standing in line waiting to spot for Charlie Bates, but he didn't show up yet, whatever. So Bryce Miller was standing behind me, and I'm talking to somebody, and I'm like, well, I'm just waiting on my driver. He goes, well, do you want a spot for me? I'm like, well, yeah, of course. Well, that led to all day Saturday spotting for Bryce, and then his spotter didn't show up until like Sunday afternoon after qualifying, so I ended up picking up practice and qualifying for him. We set fast time. And,
nice.
And so I have spotted for Bryce Miller anytime he's been on the track, so that's like my main guy.
That's your main man?
Yes,
okay.
Is Bryce. He runs full-time in the truck series, and then he just picked up a super late over the off-season last year, and we run 2 races. First race in the super for him was at Jefferson for the Midwest Tour. Okay. And didn't qualify very well, but
first time.
Right.
Yeah.
So we started pretty deep. I think at our lowest we were 19th or 20th, and we drove to 5th, missed a big wreck, and then I think about halfway we had a master cylinder for the brake.
Start to go.
Yeah, start to go, and so we pulled off, and then we ran at the Dells a couple weeks ago. Didn't qualify very good again. He's got to work on that.
Okay. Not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, exactly. No.
Oh man, I have a question about that. So so you ran super lates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember sitting in the seat.
Yep.
What the most nerve-wracking part about the race was? Is it the same as being the spotter, or is it different because you're just not in it, or you can see more, so you can get more of a big picture?
So.
Because I've never had a spotter to ask that, and we don't have spotters in spring.
Right.
So it's just something.
So, as a driver, the most nerve-wracking thing for me, any restart going into 1.
Yeah. We might Will Garrett's.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yep. Oh boy. No, but I mean, the initial green or any restart, you're going into 1, you're puckered up, like, oh God, what's going to happen? Mm-hmm. And as a spotter, you're relaxed, nice and calm.
You're just like, you're on the money, you're ready to be like, go high, whatever.
Right. But then, as a spotter, the most nerve-wracking thing for me is when we've got a bad, fast car and we're going forward, and I can't keep up with him. Because he's just making moves and just passing, he's just rolling. And I'm like, well, buddy, I got to take a breath here. Let me relax.
Yeah. Corner, well, he was at your corner.
Right.
Turn ago.
Right. Corner, clear, got another one.
Yeah.
Corner, clear.
Got another one.
Clear.
I mean, I guess it's a little bit easier for spotters, too, when he's the one making the moves. Because he, as a driver, you know where that person is. Mm-hmm. Right? But it's probably different if you're just kind of sitting there and a guy's coming up and they just don't know it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Where did you get into racing? Or how did you get into racing? There we go.
So my dad started it all for me. He drag raced for 20 years. Okay. And then he started taking me to the racetrack at, Union Grove.
Okay.
I don't know how I was going to blank on that. So I've pretty much been a track kid my entire life. I didn't choose this life chose me. Yeah. Pretty much.
Basically just like every generational driver.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we know.
Yeah. So he had taken me to Badger Car Club one day when I was 4, and we're watching the races, all that, and we get in the car to go home, and he goes, "Is this something you want to do?" I'm like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure."
Yeah.
And then my 5th birthday rolls around, and here comes a yellow kid cart right into the driveway, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And my mom and my cousin made a little racetrack on our driveway, and I made my first laps there, and the history. Like
Boom.
that. Yeah, that was it.
Segue into my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember your first laps? Like, can you still picture your first laps? Whether that was on the driveway or at Badger or like...
Weirdly enough, I remember after I made my first laps, I remember driving into my garage and not stopping.
Ah. Well, I mean, the brakes are for the pits. So
Exactly.
you don't need it.
But, like, that's it. And then, like, the next... People say core memories, but the next memory I have is, like, at Rockford in a champ cart. Like, I don't remember much of my kid kart years or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's just kind of all a blur, you know?
Yeah.
You know how that gets.
Yeah. I remember my first laps. I remember in a karts and sprint car.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that first feature win pulling into victory lane.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they kind of start to blur together a little bit, you know, kind of like that. So,
how many feature wins do you have?
In total, 45.
Okay, we're right there.
How much are you at?
I think I clicked off 60 at my last one.
Oh, well, I mean, you're better than me.
Well, no, hey, we counted, we were counting go-kart wins, heat wins throughout
Oh, no, that's just straight features.
Oh.
That's straight features.
I probably got half of that.
Half of that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey,
in the last 10 years, I've won 3 features.
I feel the same way.
You won this year already.
Yes. But, okay, so that win, definitely special because it was in Indiana.
Right.
Sprint car capital of the world, right?
Yes.
But the last time I pulled into victory lane at Wilmot was 2021.
Okay.
So, like, yeah. So it's, I don't know, Wilmot's special to me. I don't know, it's it's like that, it's where I grew up on the watch, so like that's, I want to win there a lot, but
that's like the Dells for me. That's where I got my first late model win, was at the Dells, and I walk in there now and the place feels like home.
Yeah.
I ran late models there for 10 years, and then we ran the Super there 5 times a year. It's just, it's home, like Wilmot.
Yeah. Where do you want racing to take you? I know that you've closed doors, but now that you're kind of spotting, like, are there any opportunities with spotting and that kind of stuff?
So I did miss one for who I spot for. I spot for Luke Fenhouse too. I don't know. I mean, would I like spotting to take me to the cup level? 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm split. Like, I'm really tied to my roots and Bryce and Luke and everybody else I've spotted for. But like, it's like you with a wing car or something. Like, you want to try it, or a midget. Like, you want to try it. You want to see what it's like. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd love to get a chance to at some point. Okay. But I mean, racing wise, somebody put me in a race car. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. I miss it a lot. And Nate's racing thing at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year or whatever, that.
Which we have a topic dedicated just for that.
No,
so you have to stick around for that, for that topic. Mm-hmm. What do you do for work?
I knew this was going to come up. So I work for Mike Egan, and Mike Egan owns Bonafide Safe and Lock. Okay. And then he also owns Egan Motorsports, where him and his son race super late models, pro late models. So it's funny that you say Egan, because we do have an Egan that races sprint cars. Really? With us. Okay. Russ and Rusty Egan. So when you're saying Egan, I'm like, wait. No. You know that? no relation. Yeah. No. Okay. Okay. But so I pretty much am a jack of all trades with Mike. if things need to be done in the race car, I work in the race car.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the process of building a new shop with a storage unit facility on it where people can come and rent. And so I've been painting and just kind of helping out with that. And a couple weeks ago, we went to WIR and raced on a Thursday, and it didn't really end the way we wanted it to. Made it 3 laps into practice and was backwards in the fence. So Friday I had to tear the car apart, get the rear end out, put the rear end back in, put the body back together, all that. So, and then if Mike needs help with bonafide, I go and hang doors or just weld frames, anything.
So whatever's to do.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. All right, and then the last one I got for you is advice for younger drivers that are listening to get into racing, spotting into race, or just in general, just get into racing. Like, what would be some advice for those little peoples?
Just go to the track. Show up to, Wilmot, show up to any racetrack you want, whether it's road racing, dirt racing, rallycross, anything. Just go to the track, consume it all, Yeah. Because I think now, I know in my generation we had more kids that were more mechanically inclined.
More hands-on.
Yeah, and especially with your generation too. I know you're not that much older than me,
but yeah, just a few classes.
Right. But I grew up going to the racetrack. Yeah. And so you see the super late models or the non-wing sprint cars or the sprint cars. There are steps you can take to get there. It's just not, oh my gosh, I want to drive a sprint car. Oh, I don't have the funds to do it. Yeah. You can go and run a Slinger B or a 4-cylinder at Wilmot or something for relatively cheap, and that gets your foot in the door. And it's just, and then it comes down to who you know. If you have a chance to go into the pits with somebody, do it.
Yeah.
Because that completely changes your experience.
Exactly. What's up, Maddie? Thank you for tuning in. Maddie, what advice do you have for the little peoples that are listening that want to get into racing? That's our tire girl. Uses all our tires.
Oh.
Yeah.
You and your huge tires and no tire pressure.
Well, that is a perfect segue into topic 2, presented by Wise Guys Barbershop. Yeah, if you guys have not noticed, I did get a haircut. Finally.
That was smooth.
What?
The hat flip.
Flip?
Yeah, that was smooth.
Thank you. I don't know how I picked that up or why I picked it up. I just started doing that. So I got a haircut. Man, my last haircut, I'm going to date it, was before Nathan and Lauren's wedding. That was my last haircut. Wow. And then I grew it out. I don't know why, but I just did.
Okay.
And then, so got a haircut Friday. Feels great. I feel like my head's made out of titanium now, not steel. So check out Wise Guys Barbershop in Gurnee, Illinois, if you want an old school barber with racing pictures, trophies, and his hunting kills and trophies and stuff like that. So super cool. Thank you, Paul. We're talking late models versus sprint cars. So you just had the big tires.
Oh boy. Yep.
So we have, because you're oval too. What kind of staggers do you run?
On a good day, if our tires cooperate, that's a question I gotta ask you.
Ooh,
but
okay. Ideally.
Yes. Ideally, if our tires cooperate, anywhere from 3 to 4 inches of stagger. Yeah, I know.
My goodness.
I know. Let me take a guess. 12 or 13 inches? Am I anywhere close?
Yeah, you are in the ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah, if you showed up the first time and that's what you had in the car, people would be like, yeah, that's about right.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it depends on driving style, chassis, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yep.
The way car behaves, kind of stuff like that. But yeah, we typically start between 11 and 13.
Holy cow!
And we end for a feature about 9 or 10 when the track slicks off.
So is that tire wear, or is that just how things shrink and grow?
No. So I should say for qualifying. So like a Red Solo Cup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So when the track is really, really tacky,
Mhm.
you want the car just to turn by itself.
Right.
But as the track wears out throughout the night,
Mhm.
you want less stagger in the car, so that the car is trying to drive straighter.
Right.
So I mean, I'll just say that there's some guys that I'll be behind, like Zach Radar, dude. I don't know how the hell you were ripping the top and it barely looked like you had maybe 5 or 6 inches of stagger, and I was like, dude. So it depends on driving style too.
Okay.
But yeah, so through the center, when you get on the gas, you want the car to start driving straight, so you just take stagger out.
Okay.
So there's a little speed seeker for those. What up, DC? The original DC, David Crane from Indy to DC in Wisconsin. Yes. I'm waiting for the line. Say the line. Hey, how did Michael Clark run at Paragon? I think you told me in the text, but let's give Michael Clark some love here. What kind of horsepower do you have in the late model?
Anywhere from 450 to 500.
Okay.
And I know you guys and your 410s and stuff are running 900, 850. Yeah.
Is that super? 450?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Those are ripping.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I don't understand, but you guys are ripping. We're slow compared to you guys.
Oh, man.
On an average quarter mile, tacky track.
Oh, man. Average quarter mile. Okay, so let me actually pull up here. Quarter mile, so that's going to be the one tab that I do not have up. So that's going to be Plymouth, because Plymouth is a...
How big is Wilmot?
I think it's a third or 3/8. Whatever it is, I don't think it is.
Okay.
Let's see here. It's in the butt, Bob. That's from David Crane. Oh, man. What's up, Sean? Yes, how are you doing? Did you get the stuff from the people at the track? We miss you. The 91 car looks like garbage because you're not there to clean the car. We miss you at the track. When do you think you'll be back out at the track, Sean? Okay, I'm just going to go off the top of my head.
Yeah. What are you running for like an average lap time? Tacky track,
probably
wide
14,
open.
15.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, I think I can pull this up on the Wisconsin Wingless page. I think it'll be easier to get to the results because I think track record. So we're at Plymouth. Oh, sorry, 13.7.
Okay. I know the Dallas is a quarter mile, and I can.
Yeah.
Do you guys utilize Race Monitor, or are you guys a My Laps track?
We are.
Or a My.
No, we are My Race Pass.
I
know.
Sorry. Don't mean to hate.
It's okay. I don't even buy the subscription, so I have to wait for the session to be over to find out.
Oh my gosh.
Nope. Money stretched thin. We gotta put new shoes on her a lot more.
So qualifying at a quarter mile, 13.338 was fast time.
Okay, 13.7. Okay, so about the same.
Right.
I will say that looking over your right shoulder going into the corners a lot
right.
Yeah.
You guys definitely put on a show, and it's.
No, thank you. We try. Sometimes the shows without other people feel left out.
Right.
But that's the one thing about the Wingless. I will say this: if you get into it, like hands down, you have someone to race with. Mm-hmm. Whether that's for last or not to be last, or mid pack or up front, you always have someone to race with.
That's nice.
What are we looking at for cost wise? If we want to do the crate late model versus the super, because I know supers are just open, right?
Kind of. We've got a sealed motor now since we finally got on the same rules package as everybody else, which took
years.
Mm-hmm. And it's still not unified as it should be. So are we talking like a top tier super late model compared
let's
to...
say a B. Let's say a B grade. Like,
okay.
Not the nicest, but you'd be somewhat competitive in it.
You could probably get in for like a super late, probably close to 70.
70?
Yeah, 70 grand. And then you could run competitively in a crate class 25, 30.
Okay, so the crates are where we're about.
Okay.
Wisconsin Wingless is probably about 25, 30, buying brand new stuff.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Really?
Maybe a little bit less than that, but for 70 grand, man, dude, you could buy your own 410 motor.
Well, okay, see, that's the thing. Like, the 410 motor is 70.
Yes.
But now if we're talking, like, top-tier super late model, like, off the shelf, in your garage, put stickers on and go, like 160.
160?
Oh, yeah, all of it.
You know, it's... Now, this is just hearsay from what I've heard from Vanderveer, but he said if you want to run competitively with the IRA, you need 100.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What's your price or your prize money?
Don't get me started, buddy.
I need to like start writing this down and be seeing how good we got it.
You guys have it great. We have, it's called the Alive for 5 series. No hate to Jerry Obby. Love the guy to death. Runs the Dells, runs the Alive for 5 series. But we have 5 races that pay $5,000 to win each. And we get 22 to 25 cars. Okay. But that's our showcase event.
That's a Daytona 500.
Right. I mean, we've got 5 of those races throughout the season. Yeah. But when the Alive for 5 series rolls into Dells Raceway Park, that brings all of the fans. And he always gets a great turnout of fans and everything. But like that's the money maker. But we're running for $5,000. And
What's it to start?
I have no idea. But like what I was gonna say is, you got a guy that'll win, and he'll barely break even, if that. But then I see all these dirt payouts, and you guys are running for 25, 30, 50. I just saw RTJ win $50,000 the other night. Like, yeah, I don't understand what the disconnect is between dirt and asphalt. Like, yeah. I don't get it. Like, we could easily race for $20,000 to win once a month. Yeah. Up here. But we have one race that pays $10,000 plus your lap money, like people sponsor a lap, and then you can get that if you're leading. Yeah. And then you've got the Dixieland that pays $15,000 to win. But those are the only 2 big shows up here. I mean, we just had the modifieds race for $10,000 to win for like 2 or 3 nights in a row, right? Yeah. I don't get it. I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not want to be a race promoter. I don't. Yeah. I really don't, because I don't want the headaches that I hear all my friends talk about that are race promoters. Like,
you can't make everybody happy. So there's always gonna be that one person. Yeah, I get it.
And I didn't want to deal with myself as a driver, let alone everybody else. Yeah. So. Yeah, when I'm done racing, I wanna own a track or promote a series. But you don't want to race direct. I do not want to race direct. Neither do I.
Because, I don't know, I don't play hockey for a reason. If you check me, I will just turn around and punch you in the face. Right, exactly. Like, let me just play the puck. Right, right. You come at me, I might punch you. Right. So, I know my limitations there. What's up, Kathy Crane? Are you keeping the other DC in line? Heard so many great things about you. Truly, too. Oh, they're a hoot. They're a hoot, man. Yeah, and then how close are, like, the competition versus, you know, I guess your full field? Like, are they pretty tight racing?
Yeah. Okay. We've got I mean, everywhere we go, we'll have, I don't know if you'll know the names, but, like, we've got Gabe Summers, Casey Johnson, Luke Fenhouse. Excuse me, Bryce Miller's thrown it in the mix now, which is awesome. Riley Stenjum, Ty Majeski, obviously. He's in another zip code, so I don't really mention him much. He's good. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But and then you've got Justin Mondyke, Brock Heinrich. You got a bunch of
really stout guys.
Right. And then like Jordan DeVoy. and then it doesn't really fall off, but it kind of like weans itself out. Like you've got guys that like are able to run in the top 5, but like they just miss it from week to week a little bit.
Yeah, they got the speed, but they just don't have the results.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So with the sprint cars, at least the Wisconsin Wingless, this is crazy. So this is our traveling point series that has been updated. Jimmy Sivia is in the lead with 979 points. Second place is Ryan Marshall, so he's 57 points behind him. Pretty close, right?
Yeah, right.
Relatively 57 points. Okay, but then if you go to Wilmot, 57 points covers you all the way down to 10th.
Holy cow!
So yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, there's only been 3 features at Wilmot versus the traveling series that have 6. I get that too. But when that's your home track, everyone's cutting their teeth and everyone's getting really, really, really solid there. So yeah, I mean, I'm the stat man, and I was writing stuff down to ask you and stuff, and I'm like, let me see what our points is. And I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy that the top 10 of Wilmot points would fit in between first and second in the traveling points. So what's coming up with the Wisconsin Wingless? Somewhat of a triple header, right? The series is racing Saturday night at Beaver Dam, Sunday night at Sun Prairie, off Monday, and then Tuesday night at Wilmot Raceway for carload and firework night. So obviously 4th of July is coming, so these are all the fireworks shows.
Yep.
So Beaver Dam, let me get the pricing here real quickly. General admission is $25. Student general admission is $10, which is ages 6 to 12. Kids 5 and under are free. Pit passes are $30. 12 and under pit passes are $15. Oh, that's cool. And then IRA member holders is $25, so you get $5 off. Sun Prairie, which they use a grid, which is nice, but really confusing.
Yeah.
So Sunday, June 30th, pits open at 1. That's nice they have this stuff up. Yeah. Opening ceremonies at 6 p.m. It's going to be Sun Prairie fireworks celebration with Badger Midgets and the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints. Adult general admission is $15 in advance, $18 at the gate. Seniors are $12 in advance, $15 at the gate. Students 12 to 17 are $8. Kids 6 to 11 are $5, and kids 5 and under are free. Pit passes, non-members $30, members are $25. And then on Tuesday night, I gotta throw this up. Well, that's also another thing too, is that Wisconsin or the Wilmot's running on the 29th too. But for the second, and I'm not gonna find this quickly, so yeah, probably normal. Oh no, it's carload night, duh. So it's $20 per carload. So bring your 15 passenger vans. I'm expecting to be everyone's friend this weekend or this Tuesday. Carload has to have seat belts for it to count. So $20. Oh, wow. I think it's $20 per carload. So yeah. So that's this week, or this coming weekend, and then also Wilmot is racing on July, June 29th. It's got the Lightning Sprint, Street Stocks, Mods, and Bandits, and then tickets are 3, 2, 1, go. General admission 13 plus $15. Kids 12 and under are free, and pit passes are $30. Easy for me to say.
Right.
So, fun weekend coming up of racing, and then also I will be on the Racing Roundup show tomorrow night.
Wow. Okay.
So, let's go to Paulie's in Milwaukee tomorrow night. I think the show starts at 6:30.
Yep.
A great time. Jim Trado,
Yep.
Trado. I always mispronounce his last name. Always a fun time. Paulie's is a great place to have some nice, cool beer and some food. So check it out on Facebook tomorrow night, starting at 6:30. Or if you can make it, come out and hang with us as we talk more racing, because you can never talk enough racing.
Never enough.
Kathy Crane here, not believing that for one moment. You can't keep the DC in line. It's in the butt. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now that more and more people are saying it, I do feel like I have to tell you it's an inside joke.
Figured.
Right. So back in like the 70s and 80s, they had the newlywed game.
Okay.
Right. The question to the husband was that he had to guess the answer that his married wife would answer. So the question was, where would the last place your wife would say you had the maritals? And he goes, in the butt, Bob.
Oh my God.
So we told David Crane down that in Indiana, and like that's our inside joke. Now it's in the butt, Bob.
Love it.
So, yeah. All right. We got 15 minutes left ish. Maybe we'll probably go a little bit over tonight because our third topic here, the one that we've been really excited to talk about. Yes. All right. So this portion of the show is presented by RevTech Manufacturing. If you need anything custom molded, 3D designed, check out RevTech Manufacturing in Kenosha. So another Kenosha company. Woohoo! All right, we're talking Nathan's racing event. Yes, it is June, but November comes quickly.
It does.
The date is Saturday, November 2nd. That's going to be the date. Looking at track 1. But most likely we might be on Super Track.
Oh, yeah.
If you want Super Track to happen, you need to pre-register. It's going to be a little bit more, but
it'll be worth it.
Be a lot of worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I should have had Nathan on the phone. It was literally like the last 15 minutes before we hit live, and he's talking. And we're just like, ooh, we should. Yep. Yeah, it's juicy. So, Super Track streamed. He's working to be streamed on Flow Racing.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Right.
He said, if not Flow, for sure Badger TV. So we'll get our moments of fame. Mm-hmm. So that'll be dope. Possible USAC. Possible multiple USAC drivers are showing up. Maybe we can get some NASCAR guys to come. Maybe like Camden Murphy, Josh Balicki.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's in their neck of the woods. To see
I can put some feelers out. We'll see who we can get.
Ty Majeski.
Ty.
He's
Brett
too famous.
Moffitt.
Yeah. Well, Ty's a little bit too famous for
right.
us.
Yeah. Just a little.
Yeah. He's made NASCAR starts. None of us have made
NASCAR
starts.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know how he would do in a go-kart. I hope he might be slow.
Yeah, I hope so too. So, a little sneak peek. Next Monday we are off just because of what I just said about Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. So, can't really do. Oh my goodness, Jason Anderson tuning in, buddy. Oh, perfect timing.
Boy.
Perfect timing.
Perfect.
Yes. Matt Roebuck, famous USAC driver Tom Eller. No less famous than him. Way more famous. Way more. I'm not going to say who. Nathan said we could say if we wanted, but no.
We got to keep this one under wraps.
We got to keep it under until it's official.
Right.
Jason Anderson, I saw you last night at Slinger, Jake. You were at Slinger last night?
I was at Slinger last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What were you doing at Slinger? Just
helping out my friend Tyler Hermodka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spotting or
no?
Or
just turning wrenches, hanging out.
Okay.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. Awesome. So, sneak peek because next Monday, like I said, we're off. So I have the next 5-6 guests announcements. One of them being Jason Anderson. So, like I've said, it's great that he's on. I love that he's on.
It is. I love it
because I told Jake. Hey, you want to come on? And he's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And then, this last week, I was like, okay, I think we'll talk about this. And then it just really happened that Nathan got more details about the racing event. And then where I was like, yeah, we can talk about Jason, especially because Jason Anderson will be on July 22nd on the show. So I'll give him some time to defend himself too.
Yeah.
If we do go out of bounds, which I don't plan on going out of bounds, I like to stay. I don't want to throw a right rear too hard, but
right.
So I will say this.
Or use the nose too much.
Or like Will Garrett's.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we'll go into more detail on Jason's side of this on his show. But yeah, love the fact that Jason at Nathan's racing event can get the whole building to watch him.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a talent for sure.
It is.
That's for sure.
It is. It is And I was telling him this the last time.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, people would... There's, 50 racers?
Yeah.
55 racers?
50, 55, yeah.
95% of those people that showed up, where'd they finish? No idea.
Right.
Who won? Well, Will Garrett's won. We know that.
Yep.
Who won the B?
No
I
idea.
don't know. Who finished 6th in the main? No idea.
No idea.
Where did Jason Anderson finish?
Backwards at some point.
8th. Yes. Yes. Man, I should have had him on here today too, because that would have been really cool.
Oh yeah.
Because then we could have been talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's very, like I told him, it's very hard because to forget the people to notice you first of all, and then to boo you, which Dale Senior did say, if they're cheering for you or if they're booing you, you're doing your job.
Exactly.
And I love to. I'll save my comments till my part. Okay, Jason. Perfect. Perfect. And we mean fun by this too, right?
We do.
Like this is no harm. Like obviously, if a cart landed on top of you, everyone would ran out and try to get the cart off.
Oh
right?
yeah.
But it's just so. It's like when he's racing, I like to not like him.
Right.
Helmet off, totally different story.
Right.
Right. So I mean. I will say this, that we kind of egged you on the first time.
Big time egged you on. I'm sorry.
We can say it now.
I will be honest. We definitely egged you on the first time.
Yeah.
Definitely. We had to.
Like, Like, before you came up and asked us that question, if we would take it, like, we were talking about it long before. And we were like, well, I thought about doing it, but, like, it's too good a competition. Like, no, we're not going to do that for Fast Time. And then, and then Jason comes up and asks us, and we're like, yes. In a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, you did put on a show your first one. Definitely did. You came through a few last chance races.
A lot.
I
will say this. When you did that, I was like, he ain't making it past the D.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And he made it to the B or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Yeah.
And the funniest part was, like, Jimmy, this Nathan's main crew guy, was watching how he was racing, and he's like, "There's no way I'm gonna let him by." What does he do? He lets him by.
Yep.
And then crashes himself trying to get to him. I'm like, "Come on, Jimmy, you got don't Danica Patrick it."
Right.
So so like I said, Nathan's racing event is just a lot of fun. And then the other thing too, like, it's really nice to just let your hair down. I say that after I get my hair cut, right? But just kind of like let your hair down and just try to spin each other out. Try to spin your buddies out.
Right.
Like Jamie Close.
Yep.
First, if I get behind him, I'm spinning him out.
Oh yeah, he's going around.
And he gets to me and he's spinning me out.
Yep.
So, Jake, so you've been to the last two of Nathan's Midwest Racers. How much fun was it?
Oh my God, 10 out of 10. I'm coming back every time, 100%. I mean, I've been fortunate to make the A main both times.
Yep.
First time finished last. I mean,
in the A
is what it is. But qualified in both times. And then the last one finished fourth. So hoping to make the podium this time around. But I mean, with what we got going on for this one, I don't really know. I don't know. We got some pretty stout competition.
Yes. Like I said, possible multiple USAC drivers. I will say that there is one driver that might be coming. They just got to cross the T's, dot the I's.
Yep.
You can say another kind of driver.
Yep.
And you would know exactly who we're talking about.
Same discipline.
Yes, same discipline. Even better, bigger discipline.
Yep.
But yeah, so the first time, I think I finished second to Spoonie.
Okay.
The worst person to finish second to.
I love Spoonie.
I love Spoonie too. His nickname is Rowdy, which you have Rowdy.
Yep.
Because I did not hear. Love you, Jason. I did not hear one heckle from Spoonie.
Oh, right.
Me and you were.
Jason. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
All fun and games till the visor
goes down. Yep. From boy. Jason. Yep. So finished second to Spoonie. The next one I won.
Yep.
And I was on track 2, which was awesome.
Yep.
Then the one after that, I think I got third. I think, I don't even remember. But then this last one, I finished 8th.
Oh boy.
Yep. Which we'll dive fully into this on Jason's episode.
Right.
Because we got the green, and I know, and Nathan, thank you so much for doing a rolling start. Let's do it again.
Yes, please. But we got to do a
double
file rolling start. We need to.
Yes. Jason laughed. Sorry, LOL. Yeah, see, he knows what's coming.
Yep,
Yeah, he knows what's coming. Yep. So, which Super Track, Nathan did say we'd have 40 cards, so he would see if we can do a 20 card main. Ooh, be saucy.
Right.
But yeah, so if you are going to do Nathan's racing event, don't qualify first.
No, don't. It's already taken.
Yeah. You're like, and the funny part is that has always been the way that it's been.
Mm-hmm.
The year that Spoonie won it,
Tommy
Colburn, I'm starting on the pole. I'm like, bro, you aren't even gonna make it through turn one. You were gonna be demolished, dude. So, and then I don't even know how Spoonie actually got through, but don't take it from me.
Gosh.
Oh man. So so we get the green. And there's like this 5 wide thing, because second obviously did not use the brake for first, and third did not use the brake for second, and just the way it goes. And I was behind you.
Yeah. And
I was like, I know Jake started like 5th, and I started last. And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're moving.
Right.
Going in the back section.
Yep.
I get by Jason, and I'm like, cool.
Yep.
Like, all right, we have something here. And then we go into turn 1. And Jason just drives right in my side.
Mm-hmm.
Spins, like, half spins me, which I'm like, okay, dude, you messed my race up, or I'm just going to mess your race up now.
Right.
Because, like, when the top 10 are only separated, they're with their qualifying laps, less than a 10th.
Yeah.
There's no half spins. You're done.
Right,
So I'm like, all right. So just wrecked both of our races. Nathan said that there's quite a few people that cheered.
Oh, yeah, quite a few.
I don't know. I don't know. But then I was just trying, and then we got going again, and I was just trying to catch Jason to pass him clean, and he was just faster than me. But we kind of moved up a little bit, but it wasn't anything. Right. But man, Jason, have you ever seen Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano at Martinsville? I'm going to ask you that real quick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because we were literally a lap away from being lapped out.
Yeah.
So, Jason, basically, you could have, if we were just going a little bit slower, we could have been lapped by the guy that dumped you, and you could have dumped him.
Right.
Yes. Oh, man.
Good,
so,
good.
I mean, there's money on the line, but it ain't anything to write home about.
Right.
So, but I don't know, with Flo coming, that's going to be pretty saucy.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be pretty saucy. Did you write anything else down? Because I know you were writing stuff. Okay.
No, we're good.
Nathan's event. Yeah.
We're good.
So then again, the guy that we were just talking about, Jason Anderson, he will be on July 22nd, so we can definitely get his side of the story.
Oh, yeah. I'll be tuning in that night, that's for sure.
Yeah, Jason Anderson, that's a damn good reference. Yes, just remember that, like, for how competitive it is, there's a lot of just like self-refereeing each other.
Oh yeah.
I know in practice my crew guy destroyed me. Like, we're in practice. The first time we're on making laps. Right? I catch him and I pass him going into that right hairpin.
Yep.
And I just set like that and I look over my shoulder and I don't see him, right? And I get about halfway through, right about to the apex, and here he comes right into my right side. Bam! Pushes me into the wall. So the next hairpin, I just drove straight into him and I smeared him off on the wall. And I was like, I think that was my crew guy. I hope it was my crew guy. Because otherwise I just hit someone that I don't know.
Right.
So then afterwards, he's like, yeah, some guy just drilled me. And I'm like, what'd you do right before that guy? He's like, I hit him.
Yeah.
So it's just a fun time. I mean, we're still crap talking each other right now about
big time.
Wait till you get. Oh yeah, you think you're faster than me? Just wait till we get to K1 in November. K1, we will be very nice to your go-karts.
Yes.
Trust me, we are all used to racing anywhere between $30,000 to $160,000 race cars.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. We got
Colin.
Boy.
Sam and Colin. They're
yes.
they're friends with Bryce, so I know them pretty well.
Nice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. What is your favorite moment with Jake at the track?
Oh,
let's see if they can comment here real quickly. Because, yeah.
Well, should I let them comment and I'll step out?
No. Jason Anderson, I'll catch y'all the 22nd. Be there to watch. Yes, let's go. Colin, oh God.
Colin.
We do have minors that watch and listen to the show,
yes.
So try not to. I mean, I'll bleep it, but
that's fine. It's fine.
Oh man, so when we had the rain out for music, and we had the car show, we dropped it, and we went over to Johnny's, walked in, and there was someone there that listened to an episode.
Oh,
it was
boy.
like, next time I'm a topic, can you at least let me know? And I'm like, you're a topic, and I'm like,
uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Whoops. Sorry. So I have to have them on.
Right,
I'll have them on. It wasn't. They were like, oh no, but I was just like really taken aback. Like I was like, I'm just listening to it, and I'm like, that's me. So I try to keep people, give people warnings. And then just a reminder, guys. If you want to be an anonymous and you want an answered question. Email me at craneracing@yahoo.com. In the subject, just put segment or I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yep.
And you don't have to break your name. Even if I can figure it out who it is through your email address, it's just total confidence. Like there's confidentiality. There we go. Won't say anything, and I'll just move it to a folder, and then on Showtime I will click it and let her rip.
Right.
Because this was a suggestion from a fan, and I thought, yeah, I'll try it. I'm up for trying stuff. If someone were to go, well, not this drastic, but if someone were to go, hey, you should swap your rear tires, I'd be like, no. But if they're like, hey, you should try 20 inches of stagger, I'd try that.
Right.
I'd probably spin out, but yeah, let's see if Colin's got anything. While we're waiting for Colin, who do you want to thank, or any sponsors or anything like that?
I want to thank my girlfriend for letting me come down here.
Yes. Thank you, girlfriend.
Yeah. Brooke and our cat Chloe is back at home waiting for me, and I don't know. Thank Bryce, Luke, all the guys that have gotten me to where I am now. My dad for sure, my mom, all them.
Okay.
That's about it. Don't have many sponsors anymore, so.
All that space for memories.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it's like a song, like A, B, C.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'd like to thank on our end Next Gen Pumps, Paulman Auto, RevTech Manufacturing, Rouge Helmets, Ashley Bree Photography, Painters Plus, Bain Nelson, Jack's Helmet Designs, Pinnacle Media Productions, Daybreak Church, Mirror Image Coatings, Toro Tents, Hold My Beer, Kenosha, Bricks and Minifigs of Kenosha, DC, let's go, David Crane, with Jeremy Crane and Kylie Crane, and Wise Guys Barbershop. Special thanks to my beautiful wife, Ashley, who lets my friends come over and talk racing. My mom and dad, Mark and Gail, Big One fan, Kyle, Nathan, Caleb, Cooper, Lauren, Ladders, Dave, Elliot, Hunter, just everyone that tunes into the show too. Thank you so much. And you too, Spotify. I know we don't really give you all that much shout outs, but thank you so much for tuning in. And everyone that replays, and it's just a lot of fun. And you just go out places and tracks and stuff, and it's like, hey, we love your show. And I'm like, you listen. Thank you. So, here's thank you to everyone listening. And Caleb, your secret word is DC be smearing Dave in the wall. There we go. He listens on Spotify, and I love that he listens to it. And I give him these secret words, and then he'll text me like a day or two later. Because it's so random too. I forget that I say it. It makes me laugh. So Brooke Kruger,
Krieger.
Krieger?
Yep, that's the girlfriend.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice, Brooke. Nice to meet you. I think, right? Did she go to the Nathan's racing event?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
You should come.
She will be...
Oh, the powder
I don't know.
Tell her to start last.
Yeah.
And just let it happen.
Right.
And then just, pick them off. From
right,
there. Right. Samantha, anytime Jake has a girly drink in his hand.
Got one with me.
Oh, man. So that's one thing when I ask... Well, some people ask, and then I ask.
Yeah.
Well, when I have a guest come on, like the day or two before, I'll ask what they want to drink, and he's like, nothing carbonated.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So beer? And he's like, nah, I'll bring it.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
Yeah. What is it?
It's carbless. It's what it's
Carbless?
called.
Carbless?
Carbless.
So it's injection.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, man. Samantha here. Yes, Brooke and Chloe. Nice. Awesome. And then just a reminder, next Monday we are off July 1st just because racing Saturday. Probably not going to be racing Sunday.
Right.
Just because I got work Monday. But no show Monday because we're going to be getting the car ready for the Tuesday night show at Wilmot. So, but July 8th, our next guest in staging is CJ Malik, Lightning Sprint champion, Wingless 604 driver, Wing 604 driver, breaking into the 410 wing cars.
Nice.
Dude rips. Love racing with him. Can't wait to talk to him about racing in his career and stuff like that. But yeah, so thank you guys. Oh man, I'm gonna try to DJ my way. No, not doing it. Just, no, that's it. No, I didn't have it ready. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow at the Racing Roundup show or at the track, or see you in 2 weeks here on the show. Peace out, Girl Scout.